Right then, here's the thing. I'm gonna have to figure something out with this, but I want to share something, and to do with this little fella, and it is. I'm gonna have to do it one-handed because I want you to follow what I'm doing here. This is a ppm, apart from other things, it's a ppm meter. It measures particles per milliliter, is it? Or particles per million. Contaminants, really, or just particles in water or in liquid. What I want to show you is a few things. This is in operation at the moment. It is good when it works, but anyway, it's in operation at the moment. This is Northwood in Middlesex, right on the borders of Watford, covered by Three Rivers District Council and by Affinity Water. Let me put a little bit more in than that. It's not exactly a lab standard test here, but hard to get. There you go, 000. Okay, that's coming out. This is coming out of the tap. 385. Not very nice. Most people say you need to be under 200 for it to be drinking water. Of course, Affinity Water would say otherwise. It's perfectly safe and all the rest of it. I'll let them say that. They can drink it. I'm not going to drink it. A lot of the bottled waters that I've been testing are between 110 and 175, around about that. 174, I think is the exact figure, but various different ones, you know, Aldi, Lidl, whatever. And some of the real budget ones aren't actually, in terms of what comes up on the ppm, aren't actually too bad. Now, depending on where you store these things, you can maybe get different readings, I would guess, during its whole sort of life cycle, from production to the shelf to however you got it home, you know, left it in the boot of your car for an hour or two on a hot day, whatever, or plastics leach out, I don't know. I brought this home. I bought this at night, brought it home in the dark, and this morning I'm testing it, and this is what this is about, because I'm a bit freaked out. Anyway, this is a brighter water filter jug, and again, I should probably just pour this away. Fill it back up, just with enough to test, so it won't take forever. I'm going to actually, well, for dramatic effect, let's wait for this. I mean, you know, this is not like some big production or something. I haven't really prepared very much to do this, so the place is in a bit of a state. It's 11 o'clock on a Saturday morning. Just had some breakfast, and like I say, I bought this water. I just thought, well, before I drink in here, let me just check it. So as you can imagine, I'm not going to go into the details of it, but the filter I have, or had, is pretty spectacular when it's working right. It's got a tank down there, a water tank. About 5-stage filtration with then 2 remineralization steps. And it should run between 20 and 40 ppm, which is pretty darn good. In truth, it used to run between 60 and 80-ish here. I think maybe that's because of the water. The water going into it is unsoftened. The water coming out of this tap is softened. I know you shouldn't really drink that. And that, as you saw, was whatever it was, 384, whatever. It's normally about 3.5 something, 3.54, something like that. I've got an outside tap that's about 3.74, so the water softener obviously does some sort of filtering as well as leaving some of the block salt residues behind. But anyway, it doesn't really matter, it's not really drinkable. But this is done now. Let's see what this is. As if I didn't know. There you go. 167. That's actually not too bad. I mean, I would much rather be below 100. I feel in my own head, I feel that anything below 100, the body gets a chance to do what it wants to do. Anything above 200 and it can't. So in that band in between, you know, you're just slowing down the recuperation that the body's trying to do. That's just my own personal, I wouldn't even say opinion, but that's what's in my head. That's what I think's going on in my mind when I drink this water. But I certainly want it below 200. I'd rather it was below 100, but okay, fair enough. 164, fairly new filter. It's probably been in there not even a week really, and I've hardly been using this jug because I have been using other waters, other bottled waters, which I have tested. So let's now go to Morrison's Savers Still Water. Try and get this in. I can't see what I'm doing basically. I'm holding the phone. So there it is. It's just come out of there. I don't even know what that first figure is, but it's not a 1. Is it a 3? Is it a, what is it? I think it's a 4 is what I thought it was earlier. Yeah, it is, it's a 4. Sorry, I'm trying to get this in. It's definitely not a 0. Let me get it in a better light. I've just never seen anything as high as this, so I don't even know what that first figure is. It's a 4. I mean, I thought it was a 4, but it is. That confirms it. It's a 4. 412. So, in other words, this water coming out of this bottle is worse than what's coming out of the tap in an area where, I mean, I don't rate the quality of the water in this area. I think 3, I mean, I don't know what anybody else is. You know, put it in the comment below, you know, let me know what your ppm is if you have a way of measuring. Sorry, you just have to Google this. I got this actually through the guys who provided me with this, and I've seen them online since, but I don't know where you buy them from. But anyway, now you never know. It could be gold and silver in there, and it's cleansing you as you drink it, but I very much doubt it. At the end of the day, 400, that's the worst figure I've ever seen on this device. That is worse than tap water, and worse than the tap water of an area that I think is below average in terms of water quality, according to this thing. So about 413 or whatever it was, 409 it's saying now. Somewhere between 354 and 374, depending on when you draw it off. About 160 to 170 with a reasonably recent filter. Most others, I don't know about this Volvic one, it's been a long time since I had Volvic in it. But most others I've found have been between 110 and 174 for just grabbing some budget still mineral water. And the wordings, you know, still water, mineral water, spring water, natural water, still water. I mean, I don't know, it's sitting there still, so, you know, it didn't probably come from a spring, but that is appalling. For it to be worse than tap water is really appalling. It might be a one-off, I don't know. I'm sure there's some other, I'm pretty sure there'll be another water that they do that's a lot better. But I've had, I can't even remember what they're called, but the cheapest water you can buy in Lidl was actually about 110 or something, 112 ppm, which I don't think is too bad. The cheapest you could buy from Aldi was about 170, and other well-known brands were about 170, I think. So for me, I tend to just use Lidl's cheapest one if I have to use mineral water. So if I have to use bottled water. But anyway, that's it. I'm just going to go round and round in circles now. But there it is. According to my tests, those are what you've just seen me do. And I don't think that's very good. I might even take this back. I mean, it's 29p. It's going to, trust me, it'll cost me, especially these days, more than that in fuel. But it'd be interesting to see what they have to say about it. But there you go. Watchdog Paul. Thanks for watching. I hope you find it useful. If I can, I'll do a little search and see if I can put, when I post this, put a link to this thing, because any of you would like to buy one. It wasn't very expensive, and I think it's quite a useful thing to have. I'm sure there are contradictions, you know, in terms of what those particles might be and stuff like that. But generally speaking, I think if you can, you know, if you get one of these and you measure your water and you find it's below 200 on registering on this, then you think, okay, good enough. If you get below 150, it's great. If you get below 100, I think you're probably helping the body at that point rather than giving it a problem. But I don't know. I'm sure I'm sure medical professionals will say different. But there it is. All right, enjoy your day. Thanks for watching. Bye.